Hello, Love Island fans. Welcome back. That is it. This series is over. It's all done for another year. So we are going to talk all about it. I am Vicky Newman, the assistant showbiz editor for Mirror Online. And as you can see, I'm joined by our wonderful resident expert, Marcel Somerville.
What's happening, Vic?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all good.
So yeah, obviously was the final last night. Millie and Liam were crowned the winners. So what do you think of that? Just before you answer, just to say, anyone who's watching, join in. Send me your questions, send me your thoughts, tell me if the right people won. We want to know what you think as well. But yeah, Marcel, are you pleased? Were you shocked?
Do you know what? All right, so Millie and Liam, I feel like it was inevitable that they were going to win. I feel like the show had kind of like been. I feel like I'd seen a lot of them in comparison to some of the other couples that made it to the final. I feel like I saw a lot more of them. So I wasn't shocked. I wanted Chloe and Toby to win, but like Liam and Millie winning, they did have a good story. Do you know what I mean? Like they got together. It was like love at first sight, basically. Then Liam went away, made his mistakes. Casa Moore found a connection with Lily. Like there was all stuff going behind the scenes. Came back in, pretending like nothing had happened. Got found out, got blown up. Had to go through all of that stuff. And then I think he done a lot of atoning. Like I feel like he made public speeches. I feel like he was in the doghouse for a while. He was trying to write love letters, trying to send the text messages, doing all of these things just to get his girl back. And I think it made the public look at him and be like, oh, I forgive him. Do you know what I mean? Go on, take him back. And I feel like Millie kept him in the doghouse for a little bit, but she couldn't fight the connection. And I think that just like it just they got back together, and I think they got back together and they were much stronger. I think he realized his missteps, and I think it just made him be better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, as you said, there was the incident in Casa Moore where he got close to Lily, one of the new girls, but obviously he chose to come back as a single, well, not as a single man. Like he didn't come back with someone else. He wanted to reunite with Millie. But then she found out what had been happening before he got the chance to sort of sit her down and tell her about it. Obviously, Lily spoke out and kind of exposed what was going on. It was all very dramatic and brilliant TV. A lot of people on social media this morning are talking about Lily's reaction to Millie and Liam's victory. So she was at one of these after parties last night. This is a still, but in the video you can see that the moment Millie and Liam are announced, like everybody around her starts screaming, throws the hands up in the air in celebration, and she just kind of turns her back on the TV.
Like she's still hurting from it. She's still hurting from she's probably thinking, oh, that could have been me. Do you know what I mean? You never know. She might have played up with Liam and it could have been them in the final.
Yeah. I mean, some people are saying, you know, that it was childish the way she's reacted. But I do think you kind of can't blame her because, you know, maybe it's not very nice. Like if she thought that her and Liam had this real connection and that, you know, something was going to come of it, it's probably not very nice to like sit there and see people cheering for like the guy you fancy and another girl winning a show.
The reality of it is, though, she's actually gone to the Love Island party. She knew that she was going to have to witness them being together anyway. So, do you know what I mean?
Very true. So, yeah, obviously, when the winner of Love Island is announced, there's always the twist, if you can call it that, even though it's the same every time.
It's never a twist.
Yeah, I mean, nobody, obviously Millie and Liam, Millie picked the £50,000 envelope and obviously split it. Like no one's ever going to steal the money of it.
Well, you never know. Maybe if Jake and Liberty got to the final, that might have been the case.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would have been good.
Oh, no, I mean, like, because obviously everyone was saying that it was a one-sided thing. So you never know, like, you never know what might have played out in that scenario.
Yeah, definitely. Alison here is saying that she really wanted Faye and Teddy to win, but thinks fair play to Liam and Millie. I mean, yeah, like it was. What do you think of the final four couples in general? The way they were placed? Did they come out in the right order? Obviously, Kaz and Tyler were in fourth place. Then Faye and Teddy in third. Chloe and Toby in second. And then obviously Millie and Liam winning. Was that the right order? Because there's been a lot of chat about it online. People aren't happy.
Do you know what? Like, I think once you get down to the final, I think it's gonna be very tight either way. Even on my year, I feel like there would have been people that were saying that this person should have been first and that person should have been second. But in reality, I think once you get to the final, you're all winners. Yeah, they come out with £50,000, but you're all basically gonna like be the talk of the town. Like, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really doesn't matter in the long run for you. But I think for me, Chloe and Toby finishing second, that made me like a little bit happy because they were the couple that I would have wanted to win. So them being runners up, I like it's all good. Faye and Teddy, I think with Faye and Teddy, I think Faye's outburst and that the whole verbal abuse kind of side of things, like I think that definitely tainted their relationship in the viewer's eyes. And I think a lot of people were like, don't really like her. Like, they probably like Teddy, but then they weren't liking what she'd done. So that maybe like kind of like had a damning effect on their on how their relationship was perceived. And I think Kaz and Tyler, I feel like potentially Kaz and Tyler didn't get as much time on the screen as everyone else did. Like, that's it, just in my opinion, like which I kind of think their relationship, you kind of like saw like little bits of it, and like towards the end of the show, I feel like you saw a bit more of like Kaz having arguments with people and that kind of stuff. And I think maybe that had an effect where they wasn't as, because Kaz was the most popular girl in the villa for a long time.
Yeah.
And then she kind of like just went down a little bit. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I feel like Millie and Liam winning, it was inevitable. I kind of gauged it from their final date, because Liam and Millie's final date was literally like amazing. Like, they had a castle, they had Spanish dances and all that kind of stuff. But then like Chloe and Toby were put in a forest with like a table and like pictures. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was like
all the pictures, like kind of tracking their time together. Like, I thought that was really nice, and that was a lot of effort went into that, didn't it? You know, like setting that up, and that to me sort of, watching that as a viewer, I thought like, oh, they're really rating Chloe and Toby here.
Yeah, their journey. But then when you think of like Kaz and Tyler's one, it was like they was on a horse. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, obviously.
And Faye and Tyler were in a swimming pool, but it was a nicely dressed swimming pool. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
very romantic.
It was a romantic swimming pool.
I mean, obviously the best date was Liberty and Jake's, and the fact that watching it, I was like, have they done this on purpose? Because obviously they're having these conversations about how their like dream date is like on board a yacht and everything. They then break up, and then the team send them onto a yacht.
No, see, this is the thing. I actually think the team had a bigger yacht set up. I honestly feel like the team had a bigger yacht set up, because if you remember Chris and Olivia's date from my year, they had a plush yacht, massive yacht with like the nice interiors and all that kind of stuff. They just put them on like a speedboat, like, and I was kind of like, all right, cool, like they must have known that they were planning on like leaving the villa. They just needed them to have this conversation. So they was like, all right, cool, we ain't got to blow the budget on the big yacht. Let's put them on a small one, and then they can leave.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, what do you make of that whole situation? Obviously, Liberty began having doubts about Jake and his intentions, like ever since the movie night, really, wasn't it? We've seen her in tears quite a lot. I mean, personally, like I'm not afraid to admit I've cried like watching this show, you know, when she sort of stormed out of the villa and she was sort of crying to Faye and everything, and because she was saying that it was her that was the problem, and it just made us so sad. And I think this is a problem with girls in general. Like, we do tend to think that the reason that like, you know, a boy's being horrible to her or doesn't like we're back is because we're not good enough. And I just think that's so upsetting. And like Liberty did really feel that way, and it was so sad to watch, wasn't it?
It was sad to watch. I think literally from that movie now, when they showed the clip of what Jake was saying in the first week,
Yeah,
it kind of like it would definitely knock you in it. Do you know what I mean? If the person you've been like coupled up with for like the last 5 weeks, whatever it is basically saying like, I don't really fancy her, like I'm gonna try and see if there's something there, but if it's not there, I'm gonna move on and all those kind of things. Like it will make you feel negative inside. You know what I mean? And you want and you really truthfully you want that person to give you the reassurance. Do you know what I mean? Like, and not just like just be saying things to you, just saying things that you want to hear. You want them to show you. Do you know what I mean? You want them to show you how real their feelings are for you. And I think when Liberty actually said, you know what, I think maybe we should call this a day. She just wanted him to fight for her. Like that's what she wanted. She wanted him to like
Liam did for Millie.
Do you know what I mean? And go for it. Like show me you really mean what you're saying. And he literally was like, should we call that a day then? And literally went to sleep. And I was like, bruv, like I feel like maybe he'd been faking it for that many weeks that he got to a point when he was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna just try and just brush it under the carpet and hope it disappears. But it didn't. I think that was the, you know what I mean, that was the breaking point for the relationship, and they both needed to leave after that point. And the thing is, like, everyone had been saying it from the start, because they were actually paired together by default, because I think he picked her, but then someone else still stepped forward and she wanted to go with them, and they didn't pick her, and so he ended up back with her or something like that. So it's like those things there. I think I think Liberty was right to be like, you know what, I'm not feeling how you're acting with me. I'm getting out of there because I'm not. I mean, like, I believe in myself, because she'd come a long way. Do you know what I mean? She'd learned a lot. She'd become a stronger person in it, and I think it was a great move for her to actually just be like, you know what, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna listen to my head rather than go with my heart, and I'm gonna make the right move.
Yeah, I mean, Sharon's saying, and it's very interesting, you know, this is a really good point, that when Jake and Liberty had these discussions about, like, that she was feeling insecure because of what he'd said on the clip on the movie night and everything, all he ever said to her was, well, I made you my girlfriend, you're my girlfriend, you're my girlfriend. He never, like, told her, you know, like, reassured her, told her she was gorgeous. And then, I mean, there was very conflicting views and everything, like on Twitter and stuff, especially because, I mean, I tweeted about Liberty and Jake on that night when I was crying about it. And it kind of sparked a bit of a discussion. Obviously, it was all men who were saying, Jake's done nothing wrong, Jake's done nothing wrong. And people felt that, you know, some people said that Liberty was kind of overreacting. You know, the bit where they were sat taking selfies and Jake was like saying he didn't look good. And she was really trying to, like, reassure her and like, oh no, you look really fit. Like, what's wrong? Are you okay? And he was like, what are you talking about? It's not all about you. And I think he did try to make that out as if it was a joke. But I think when Liberty's feeling the way she is, she's feeling already so
it's going to build up.
Yeah, and she's really questioning if Jake likes her or if he's just with her for, you know, convenience or whatever. All those little comments, they might seem like passing comments, like a joke, but they all add up, like you say, don't they? Like, all those little things are just going to chip away at your insecurity. And of course you're going to, like, be questioning, God, does this guy even like us?
Yeah, because the thing about it as well is it's like one of those things where when they done that challenge and it was like, who's the most one-sided relationship, like, if the public are saying that, you're gonna start going like, is what I've been thinking all along, am I right? Do you know what I mean? Because, like, if everyone else is seeing it, if all the girls in the villa are saying to you, is he not just saying that just to get out of it? Is he not just saying what you want to hear? All of those things, your brain is gonna literally just go, yo, I'm in something I shouldn't be in. And the thing that makes it so kind of like real is the fact that it's the week before the final.
Yeah.
They could have literally been like, oh, like brush it under the carpet and like let's go to the final and just be in the final.
Yeah.
But Liberty was like, nah, like I can't do it. I've got to be real to myself. And like I think that just goes to show like the levels.
Definitely, yeah. And I think one thing that probably made Liberty kind of, give her a bit of a wake-up call and stuff. And you've obviously said about how, she obviously wanted Jake to fight for her, and he just was like, oh, okay, then, see you later.
Yeah.
But she'd obviously, before this, she'd seen the lengths that Liam went through to win Millie back after he upset her, like, getting up on stage on the night Mabel was there to, like, do this speech. Sending her like little love notes and stuff like that. Like he really, really fought to win her back, didn't he? And like you say, Jake just kind of rolled over and was like, oh, okay, then, well, we might as well just split up, shall we? Like, yeah okay, can I have my bracelet back? So yeah, I do feel really, really sorry for her. It really upset us to watch her go through that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like Vic, I don't know if you saw, but did you see what Hugo said about when Millie came into the show? Jake wanted to get to know Millie, and literally Liberty, and so Liberty went and had talks with Hugo about coupling up because Jake was so onto Millie, but like obviously like it's things that wasn't shown on the actual show, but. Like maybe those things were also internally there that like he was planning on getting to know other girls because he fancied them more. Do you know what I mean? Like I think maybe there's a lot that kind of went into it, and maybe they were both trying to make it work because obviously it's Love Island. You're gonna try to like move on with the show and do whatever it is, but maybe like it's got to week 7 and they're like, you know what? Like maybe Liberty in herself has gone, you know what, I've tried to like go through with this. Do you know what I mean? I've tried to like make this work, but internally I can't do it anymore. And I think maybe that's what's, you know what I mean? It's just broken the camel's back.
Yeah, but I do think she was right to end the relationship, and I do think that it was only right that they left as well because, and I think the main thing, like Liberty was saying, like she doesn't want to be there in the last few days, like moping around and being sad when the other couples who are together, want to enjoy those last few days. So she obviously, very sort of like a bit of a sacrifice, I guess, really. Like it really showed a maturity and how like caring she is, I think. Back to the winners though, Anne is asking if you think that Millie and Liam are going to work on the outside when they live so far apart. Like they're basically like real life Gavin and Stacey, aren't they?
Literally, but the opposite way around, isn't it? The opposite way around. That's jokes. That's actually jokes. But that's actually so funny. But I feel like because obviously like when you do the show, a lot of the work that you're going to be doing, especially as the winners, you're going to need to be in London a lot. Do you know what I mean? So I think potentially there may be a thing where Liam moves up to, I don't know, like he might move to Romford, or they might move to like into like somewhere in London just so they've got a hub to work from. Because I think it will be important for him to be up here, so that might work in their favor. Obviously Liam's a young guy as well, like he's gonna be getting all the PAs, he's gonna be doing all these different things, and it's gonna be like a different kind of like, it's gonna be a whirlwind when they both come out. Do you know what I mean? They're both gonna be busy, they're both gonna be doing different things, like Millie's obviously gonna be getting campaigns and all of those different kind of things, so it's like the busyness will be there. But I feel like because they've gone through so much in the villa, they've gone through the ups and downs, and he's probably not going to want to like ruin that again. So maybe like it'll make him like be a bit more wise with his choices and those kind of things. And I think the distance won't really be an issue because they will probably be spending a lot of time together as the winners. They'll probably be spending a lot of time together as well.
Yeah, definitely. Just to say, apologies if you can hear squeaking. I don't know if you can hear that, but
Gareth.
my puppy is playing with a little squeaky toy, which is very helpful right now. But yeah, before we talk about the rest of the couples, I just want to quickly ask you about this fan theory. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's people who think basically that whenever it's down to the final two couples, you can always tell who's going to win because the winners are always stood on the right. So, like, obviously, left of the presenter, and you can see from all these pictures, you know, like there's like Jack and Danny, I think it's like Cara and Nathan, Kem and
Amber.
So yeah, people think that the winner's always stood on the right, and obviously last night Millie and Liam were.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that is probably a real. Well, hold on. Didn't wait, hold on. So that's
Yeah, they're all on the right. Millie and Liam, that's Paige and Finn, Jack and Danny, Kem and Amber.
Oh wow,
that's
crazy.
They're always on the right.
That's absolutely crazy, but it probably is because they always make like the winner do the last interview before. So you know when they bring the couples over, they bring over the second finalist and then the first finalist. Like they always make the person who loses go first. So yeah, like it's the same. It's maybe it is something that you can kind of like bet on. So if you're doing bets during the show, maybe you can put a bit of money on whoever's standing on the left hand side, and you're quids in.
Exactly.
Quids in.
But yeah, does it not ruin the surprise a bit? Do you know what I mean? So I was sitting there watching last night, and I thought I could turn it off now. I know who's going to win.
Exactly.
Claire's asking, who do you think is going to be the first person to go on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? That's a great question.
You know, question, has there been any Love Island people on I'm a Celeb?
No, there hasn't.
I don't think there is. I honestly...
Dancing on Ice, we've had.
Dancing on Ice is the one, like, literally, like, because, like, the moment we came off the show, Ken was like, he had already been told he was going on Dancing on Ice.
Yeah.
I think the same thing happened with Wes. So I feel like if there's going to be someone who goes on Dancing on Ice, I would have said it would be Toby, but Toby's a lot like Wes. So I feel like maybe they'd go for someone else. So I think maybe Liam, because Liam's got that kind of like Tom Jones kind of like I don't know, like he's got the Welsh vibes about him. Maybe they might put him on the ice, and plus he'll be tall, so he can do the lifts. And he was actually doing one of those lifts in the final dance of the show. So do you know what I mean? I feel like maybe Liam could be on Dancing on Ice 100%.
Yeah, we do need to get someone on I'm a Celeb though.
They do. Maybe it's me. Like, saying,
yeah, would you do it? Could you eat all the bugs and
Bush Tucker Trails? I was born to do Bush Tucker Trails.
Do you reckon? Right, place your bet.
I don't know.
Kim here is asking, where did they all disappear to on Sunday evening when After Sun was live from the villa?
Yeah, so basically what they do, they basically just put you in the villa. You're locked in the villa. Everyone's in the garden and you're locked in the villa. Because basically what they used to do, I think they used to do it on the outside.
Yeah.
I think they used to do it at the front of the villa, but like we obviously wouldn't know because we was in the actual villa. They used to be outside the front of it filming stuff and all that kind of stuff. So like they just basically lock us in the villa and just basically say, you can't come out. We're filming out here, guys. You can't come out. But fun thing, like little insider knowledge, on the day, so basically on the final day when you've done all your filming,
Jared, sorry, I'm gonna keep going.
On the final day, you would literally finish whatever your filming is, and then they'll say, all right, guys, get into your final clothes. Get into the clothes that you're going to be wearing on the final. So you get into your final clothes 2 days before the final. So basically, you get into your final clothes, and then you do your little like couples like walking up to each other, like grabbing each other's hand, toasting the champagne. Then you literally take your clothes off and go to bed. You've got a day off. You go to another villa, chill, have some downtime. The girls go and get their hair done. The boys go and do whatever they're going to do. Then you will come back for the final.
Yeah, the bit at the start of the final always makes us cringe so much.
Yeah.
when like, you know, Laura's walking through and all the couples are like getting ready. Oh my God, it
Yeah.
makes me cringe so bad. But anyway, which of the other couples, obviously you've spoken about Millie and Liam, which of these other couples is going to last? Who's going to split?
All right. So my thoughts on the couples who are going to last. I feel like Chloe and Toby have got a TV show in them. I feel like they might have an ITV2 or ITV3 show, just because they're funny together.
Yeah.
I feel like they've got a lot of potential to go fast, but we all know that Toby, he loves girls. Do you know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where like he might be thrown into the big wild world and be like, oh my God, there's so many girls now, and like lose his head. I think Teddy and Faye have the potential to go the distance, but I feel like if she has any more major blow-ups, because you know there's always those stories that's coming out. Faye and Teddy seen in the nightclub having an argument, like, and you know Faye's arguments aren't fun, so that might lead to the end. Kaz and Tyler, do you know what? Like I'm still on the fence. I still don't know whether or not like I fully get Tyler in this relationship, but from watching the last week, I can kind of see that they do have a good connection there, and there is a lot of positive energy with the both of them. So hopefully they do manage to make it work, like because like their families really seem to get along as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, Millie and Liam, I feel like they've got the potential to do the whole hog, but it's gonna come down to whether or not like mentally they're ready for it. Do you know what I mean? Like I think Liam is a young guy, and he might be the same way as Toby is, be blinded by the lights of the new world that he's about to walk into.
Yeah. Sarah's asking, if you fly straight home after the show's finished, and I'm sure that is maybe usually the case, but I guess this time it won't be because they'll have to isolate, won't they, before they can?
Yeah. I think for our year, so basically like I think the day after the so obviously you have the wrap party, you go back like and then the following day you fly home and literally you fly home and you just walk out to a massive crowd, but then straight from there you walk into the crowd. There like for us there was a coach waiting outside like one of the back doors of Stansted. We went through the crowd, took pictures, like saw our family and all that kind of stuff, went straight into our coach and went straight down to the ITV offices because we were literally going to do more filming. We had to go and do our after the show catch ups and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. One last question before we go. This one's from me. Do you want Winter Love Island to come back in January, or does it not work for you?
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch the Winter Love Island. I didn't watch it. Just simply because I don't know, I feel like it was a bit too much. I feel like one Love Island a year is the perfect amount, because I feel like once you start doing it 2 times a year, you don't want it to turn into Big Brother. Do you know what I mean? Like Big Brother, like there was too much Big Brother at one point, and I think it got oversaturated. So I feel like one Love Island, everyone can look forward to it for the whole year. Summer hits, you're like, yeah, summer's here, and then cool. Do you know what I mean?
I think it was the wrong time of year as well, because, you know, like it was just after Christmas when everybody's got like the Christmas podge because of all the chocolate they've eaten. And then you're like sitting on the sofa because it's cold and it's snowy and it's wet and it's horrible. And you're just in your pajamas and the heating on. Like, I'm sorry, but that is not the time to be looking at beautiful people in bikinis.
Literally, like you just I feel like it's about the summer of love. Do you know what I mean? You want to watch it during the summer because you want to like you want to make it make sense in your brain. You don't want it to you don't be watching something in the winter when you're watching people in the sun and all that kind of stuff, because it's just confusing. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit confusing. You're like, I'm not really into it. But yeah, like I think one a year, summer is always the way to go.
Definitely.
And then you get to look forward to it for the whole year, just to imagine what's going to be happening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look, apologies again for all the squeaking, because I'm sure it's been very annoying, but that is my life every day, okay? So you can deal with it for half an hour. But yeah, Marcel, thank you so much for just being with me for the last 8 weeks to talk about the show and give me your inside knowledge. It's been amazing. So thank you
It's been
so
an absolute
much.
pleasure, Vic. An absolute pleasure.
Who knows? We might see you back next time, eh?
Who knows? You know what I mean? I'm ready. You know what I mean? I'm ready.
But thanks for watching for now, everyone. Bye.
See you later.